Hello and welcome to the July 2019 update from Clydebridge station. It's been a very hot month indeed, and indeed the last 2 weeks prior to the filming of this report on the 26th of July have been very hot indeed. I've made quite a bit of progress this month with some things on the layout, and I've got some news about a couple of bits of rolling stock that I bought that I've managed to get a development with. Also, in addition to all of that, when I was on holiday, one of the breaks we had was up at our friends at Inverness, so I was away over to Dingwall and paid a visit to the sports and model shop and got a few things for the layout from there. So what we'll do now is talk you through what we've bought and what I'm going to hopefully get done on the layout, and show you what has been done. I will admit that not everything is perfect. I think I make a better job than what my local council does sometimes. But anyway, any comments, queries, suggestions, then please leave them in the comments box. And thank you very much for watching in advance. Well, my little shopping trip in Dingwall saw me buy several things. In fact, a few things, although I was only charged less than £30 for all of this in the end, which doesn't add up to the figures that I've got on the price tickets. But anyway, we've got here two Bachmann platform tractor units, and that'll be important because I'll keep one down here where I'm going to eventually build the storage area, the staff only area, with the gate probably about there and the fence going along there. We've got some traction maintenance depot workers. I won't be able to get all of them in use just yet because I'll have to wait until I've got the ballasting of the depot finished. Some station staff. Very pleased to see we actually have a female member of station staff in there as well. And these shopping figures, these will do for the town scene just over there. That's what I'll utilise them for. A couple of other things I've got is this here will do to help me complete the ramps for going up here, the walkway for going up here, so that will get completed with that. And also we've got some blue paint here. The blue paint, why I've purchased that is for two things. First of all, that blue is a similar shade of blue to the Co-op logo, and we've got these little bollards that come with the supermarket frontage, and what I'll do is I'll paint them that blue and then glue them down into place, and that will mean that we'll have that bit almost complete. Also got some polystyrene cement. I've been using super glue, and would you believe it, the tube of super glue, the lid glued to the tube, so I couldn't get it, and that was it buggered. So that's the things that I've actually purchased recently. You're hearing the fan, by the way, I've got the cold air on. But those things that I've purchased there, they'll get put to use over the next little while as the layout develops. Now, speaking of developing layouts, take a look at New Junction with his layout, and also take a look at Everard Junction with his layout. Now, New Junction with Richard Watson, he is set in the privatisation era, and the Everard Junction, run by Richard Warren, is set in the Network South East era around about 1989-1990. Both layouts are very important because they recently actually were meeting each other at the Everard Junction layout. So go and check that out. Check those two layouts out, and actually have that running session video where the two Richards meet each other at Everard Junction. That there is 47708 Waverley, and it's ScotRail blue stripe livery for push-pull trains. I'm very pleased to say that I've got a 13th locomotive purchased, and it'll be on its way soon to me. And it also carries the ScotRail blue striped livery, but it's not a push-pull locomotive. In fact, it's the only ScotRail, it's the only Class 47/4 that carried the ScotRail blue striped livery you see there. 47461 Charles Rennie Mackintosh. It's been bought from a seller that I've dealt with before. He sold me 47835 Windsor Castle. And the locomotive, when I get it, will only be DCC ready. It's not been given much of a run in, so I'll need to get running on my little test track, and then once that's done, it'll get its decoder fitted. So hopefully by the end of the August update or the September update, I'll be able to demonstrate 47461 merely running around, and it'll appease a couple of friends of mine who say that this, despite being a Scottish layout, has got a large amount of English locos on it. What you've got to remember as well is that I'm kind of limited to what's available out there. I don't have the confidence to renumber locos myself, and in any case, oh, there's the birds squawking again. And in any case, by the time that this layout is set in 1990, we're well into sectorisation, so locomotives did tend to turn up almost anywhere. But then again, there was many a time that 47500 Great Western was actually seen at Aberdeen, and 47628 Sir Daniel Gooch ended up at Inverness on one occasion. So these moves did happen, but it'll give you a Scottish themed loco for the layout, and I think from the indications I've had, it'll be quite welcome. Now, in the purchases video from the Perth Motor Railway Show, I showed you these, which I got from 10 Commandments, self-adhesive road markings, and I admit they're not quite straight at the end there. You can just see that there, but that's this section almost complete. Just need a couple more for there. We've got this stop sign down here, although I'm not too happy with this bit here, so that might well end up getting changed. But we've got that down there. These are not quite finished yet, but it's now starting to look a bit more realistic. The purchases that will still need to be made for here will include street lamps, possible on both sides of the road, I'm not sure yet, but that's what we'll need, is street lamps, and maybe double yellow lines as well, and then that'll be this whole section here complete. So Station Road is looking more and more complete each month. The Royal Mail van is just sitting there now, but I mean, I could move that to any other part of the layout. The other bit that I've managed to do some work on with road markings is not too successful. It's here. This will be a one-way street, and obviously the walling here will carry all the way along here. So I'll have to actually get road markings in there, and just checking, I could change that and make that a two-way street actually. No, in fact I will leave it as a one-way street because I'll have the walling come along there. So yeah, so I'm quite happy that I've sorted it out now, but I'm not happy with how I've done this here, but I'm just going to have to leave it now. But it's the junction onto the main shopping street along here. But the main challenge along here, I think I'm going to have to just simply repaint all of that along there before I can apply the new road markings. Trying to scrape them off has proved almost impossible, so it's going to be a repainting job, but I've got enough shaper sheet plaster and I've got enough black paint to do the job with, so that'll be another job to get done in the near future. Now, before I go and describe these carriages to you, of course there is the world famous Dean Park Station, and he's going to have a video going up soon where he's visited Everard Junction as well. So do check out Dean Park Station, run by David Watson. Dean Park Station, like Clydebridge Station, is on Facebook, so check it out. Put Dean Park Station into your search engine on Facebook, and also put Clydebridge Station into your search engine on Facebook as well, to get a look at us. David Watson has been saying to me recently that during this hot weather this week, when he went up his loft, it was 30 degrees centigrade. I actually have the door closed now while I'm filming, but if I wasn't filming, I'd have the door open to let some air in. And it does provide me with this chance to remind you, if you are going to be working on your layout in hot weather, don't stay in it for too long. Come down and keep hydrated as well. It's very, very important. Rail passengers are advised to keep hydrated. Rail enthusiasts working on their layout should be keeping hydrated as well. Now, I've got these two coaches, you may remember, at the Perth Model Railway Show, and one of the problems I had when I was running them in was that the pipe coupling, when I put it in, it was actually still very, very close. It was causing coaches to sometimes snag over each other and derail. So I got advised to actually flatten out the pipe coupling a little bit, and it has worked to a certain extent. Now, I must confess, when I was actually trying this, the first pipe coupling I used, I flattened out too much and actually broke it at one end, so I had to be very careful with the next pipe coupling, but I managed to get it. If I just move that there, I managed to get it flattened out a little bit, but not too much. The coaches are very close together, but they do seem to work okay now. One problem that I've had though is that there's a tendency for one of them to derail on some track work, some point work. Now, I've done experiments and I've been looking around, and at first I thought, I'll just push these on here, at first I thought it might have actually been the coaches touching each other. But that doesn't appear to be the case when I was looking at them again. So when I was having another investigation, I've got an awful feeling that it could actually, there we go, in fact you just see it now, that when you just see it there, it's for some reason this bogie is not turning. So I don't know what the cause of that actually is. If I do it gently like this, it's just snagging off, and that's and it just seems to be that bogie there. So I don't know what the earth the problem is. Could it be that it's a problem with one of the wheels, perhaps? The rest of the wheels seem to be okay, but that one isn't, so I don't know if it's a problem with with just that one set of wheels or not. I could experiment by changing the wheels around and swapping them with the ones that's on these regional railways coaches and seeing if that makes any difference. So it's not a great loss at the moment. It is a bit disappointing, but as I say, it's just quite weird. It's only that one set of wheels that is doing that with. Let's see if I bring, yeah, see, that's a, let's put the camera up there. I do it with that set, see. So I don't know what exactly is the problem with that, but actually, if anybody has an answer to that, just let me know. They're great coaches otherwise. And as I say, I've only got two now because I'm going to get another Mark 1 that will go at this end here. I'm not putting this one onto it because obviously that's another brake vehicle. What I'm wanting to do is have them all the same as these ones, where I've got two TSOs and a half brake vehicle. So that I'll get another another coach for that end. Oh, dearie me, for that end in the near future, and then I'll give them another test. So I'll say that's the only problem I've got, but if anybody has an answers to what's causing that, do let me know. I've got these old Hornby ones here, Now these actually used to be on these ones, and they're too big for the backman points. I'm not going to reuse them because for some reason these were actually always derailing as well at points, so I'm not going to use them. While I'm on the topic of coaching stock and new arrivals, Kipton Road Junction has recently had some new arrivals, so do check him out on YouTube and on Facebook. And also, I want you, if you can, to please give a check out to on Twitter, Eden Road TMD from the Cooper Model Railway Club. And the Cooper Model Railway Club is on Facebook as well, and Eden Road TMD is on Facebook as well. And I mention them because I've been in touch with them about my little Class 08 shunter, so I'm going to get back in touch with them again, and I'll see if they're prepared to have a go at trying to fix the little shunter and get it working again. One thing it's a couple of folk have suggested is it could actually be the decoder is faulty. So I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it, but hopefully we'll, sorry about the noise, hopefully we'll get to the bottom of that very soon. A couple of bits of scenic work now before I finish, and you'll notice that this ladder's come off here. I'll have to use that polystyrene cement to glue that ladder on, so we'll get that done in due course. But I think it was David Watson that once said in one of his Dean Park layout videos, model railways are never finished, they just evolve. And this is the case here, because initially I was finished with all of this bit along here, and then I had a look again and I wasn't happy that there was some gaps. You see there, for instance, some gaps. I'll just zoom that in. There we go, you can see, look at that there, and you can just see the clear join there. So I wasn't very happy with that. So using some of the coarse turf that I've been using over at the depot, more about that old area in a minute. What I've done was, having glued all this down, I went and got some of this and put PV down, stuck it on, then used the PV water mixture to glue that bit down. I haven't done it to this bit here yet, but I will do eventually. And what I've done is just simply some foliage that's grown at the bottom of the rock face to simulate, just undergrowth and everything where it's not been walked on that much. Some bits of the normal grass is just there, and just left that in place as well to make it look more natural. And that'll now actually carry on the whole way along here, and it'll make it look a bit more realistic. It'll be especially important up here, as you can see where we've got this huge gap. So that'll need to get filled in. So that's what that'll actually be useful for. And I've still got to do a lot of work up here too. As you can see here, this bit is going to, I'm just bending that over as best I can there, but you can see there that's come up quite a bit. And whilst I'm not prepared to go and start pinning that on too much, I'll need to pin it on a little bit, and then we'll try and fill it up as much as I can with bushes and turf as well. But this is actually my priority bit in terms of undergrowth at the moment, is getting this lot done the whole way along there. It'll make it, as I say, a lot more realistic, and it'll apply to the back bit there to it as well. Obviously what I'll do is I'll get the rest of this, the thin stuff down first and get it glued into position, and then put the scenic, get it all painted grey after I've put the scenic stuff on. It's easier to do it that way, because I've then got to go and syringe it all in first, so it's much easier to do it by putting this stuff down, get the PV on, put this stuff down, that stuff down, syringe it all down, and then paint. Last bit of work this month, and you can see we've got cable trunking in place, and it's gone right up to here, and we've also got some more foliage done, and as you see the path's all been painted nicely, so we've got a bit more foliage into here. Cable trunking carrying on, but I've only stopped it here because obviously I don't know where exactly the signal gantry will go yet. Most likely it will be across here to here, and that's why I can't do anything with this bit yet, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing. I've got this built up as well, and I think I've got another one to get built up too, but the polystyrene cement will come in handy for that. But these are now in position. I could ballast if I wanted to all the way around here, but I'm just going to wait a little while before I do that. However, one thing I will get done in the near future, which I can do, is get the rest of the coarse turf in and around here and get that all into position here, because we're now almost done with this bit. And I've showed you the blue paint I got earlier from the bollards. Well, some of the little signal handles you see there, they'll actually need to get some blue paint on them as well. So that blue paint will come in handy for more than one thing. One last thing, it's not glued down. You'll be pleased to hear that, given the state I've got to line it. But there'll be a double gate going across there, and probably some fencing carrying on just there and there, so that road vehicles couldn't access that bit there. It's led to some people would maybe suggest putting some high fencing in there as well. I don't know about that one, but you never know. And just a couple more layouts to mention to you just before I finish up for this month. We have got, of course, Strathpeffer Junction. Now, David, who runs Strathpeffer Junction, has been in and out of hospital recently, so I'm sure everybody once again will pass on their good wishes to him and hope that he makes a speedy recovery. He's set in the Highlands in the British Rail era, so do check him out. And if you could also check out one that's set in Britain but is made in Australia, Newcastle Central, based upon Newcastle Central Station in Tyne and Wear, station I've visited recently as well. So do check him out too. So that completes this month's update. The August update will hopefully, all being well, have 47461 finally running on the layout. We'll hopefully have some more done with the grass going along the side of the rock face at the depot, and we'll hopefully have some work done over at the co-op there as well. So that's all for this month's update. Please enjoy your layouts and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.